Hi there, this is me with my Black Bright News managing editor hat on. I'm going to be reading most of this because I just feel as though it's important that you know the information that's contained. I've been receiving WhatsApps and Facebook messages about access to our telephone messages, our emails, and all that stuff. I've been receiving it for quite a while, so I just put it down to, not really a scam, but people that try to buffer up stuff and create some kind of drama. Well, it's not a drama at all. It's actually in force, and it's in force under the Snooper's Charter. The correct name for it is the Investigatory Powers Act 2016, and then they've got in brackets commencement number 5 and transitional and savings provisions regulations 2018. It came into force on the 31st of May 2018. Now, I think because we have been seeing this message over the last, I'm sure it's over a year, I'm sure a lot of people are probably ignoring it and don't really think about the implications. A lot of us will be saying, oh, well, but what is there to be worried about? I don't really talk about anything that is too interesting, that's going to interest the police, that's going to interest the Home Office. I'm a legal citizen, so I've got nothing to hide. If they want to eavesdrop on my gossip, that's up to them. I think it's not a naive way of looking at it. It is one way of looking at it. The thing is that it conflicts with the EU. You know what came out the other day, the GDPR? I don't know how many of you have been getting these emails saying, you've got to click on it and they're allowing you to look at their privacy notices. You're getting emails from organisation that you've had emails from, and they're supposed to, they can only write to you if you agree for them to maintain your name on their mailing list. So with the EU, they are protecting everybody from invasiveness, and they're protecting our names, our information and everything. Now, what the UK government's gone and done is they've come out with this new provision, which only last month, well, actually on the same day, and somebody was talking about that, but they came out with that on the same day as the EU directive came out. So they conflict with each other. Now, technically, they have to ask your approval before they can access the information. But the fact of the matter is that innocent people and people who've got nothing to do with terrorists or people of disrepute, but they have access to every piece of communication, electronic communication. What they're asking the telecommunications company, the online companies, the web, Instagram, even WhatsApp, because now they're trying to say, well, WhatsApp is a bedroom for terrorists, because I think WhatsApp has different rules. But Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, they have to store everyone's information for up to a year. Now, the only benefit I can see for them holding or storing all those millions and millions and millions of worthless, the majority of it's going to be worthless information, is because they're going to do a word search. And so if you mention a certain word in your communication, in your emails, in your conversations, in your Snapchat, on Facebook, whatever, that is going to be the trigger for them to siphon out that information. It's the only way it can work, really. And I guess once they pull out that, they'll see if there's any relevance to it. How does this affect you? And what do you post? Apparently Christians They've got to be aware. I think this has something to do with the New World Order. Religious debates will be subject to scrutiny. Mind movers, beware. I'm not quite sure what they mean by mind movers. I don't know if they mean motivational speakers. I don't know what a mind mover is. Actually, I need to look that one up. You've got to monitor your vocabulary, which is what I've said. The powers in the Data Retention and Investigatory Powers Act 2014, which was a precursor for the Snoopers Charter legislation, gives the police and other public bodies the authority to snoop, and doesn't go far enough to protecting innocent citizens and are inconsistent with EU law, which is what I was just saying. I don't know how you feel about that. A part of me, as a media person, it does scare me a little bit, because I might say something inadvertently and I might be scrutinised for it. So it does perturb me a little bit. But other than that, I always think that most of what I say, I'm very conscious about what I'm saying. I think those who are up to no good are more likely to go underground in their communication. They're more likely to meet in person now. They know that this is out. So it defeats the object, really, because the people who they're trying to locate are not going to be available, are not going to make themselves available. They're not going to, you know, all of a sudden start talking, oh, I'm going to meet you down the corner, let's go and do this exchange. They're not going to do that. So it kind of defeats the purpose, because those who are paying attention to this are going to protect themselves. So I'm not quite sure the benefit, other than to just give us a hard time, take away our freedom of expression, because that is what it's doing, really. I mean, if you have to curtail what you say and what you share, and also politics. That's another thing you can't talk about, or they're going to be watching. God forbid. I mean, I don't know what I'm going to do with my videos. I think I'll just stick with relationships. But yeah, I will try to not get myself in trouble with the information I provide. I'll try to be as accurate as possible without crossing those boundaries. I think, what else is there that's important that you need to know? Yeah, I've already said about the internet and phone service providers to store customer information for 12 months. I've already said that. Also, there's the portion of the Act labelled Equipment Interference. This outlines powers for security services to remotely hack into devices and servers to obtain information to aid cases. A warrant is needed for this, and the measures needed to be judged as proportionate to what is sought to be achieved. But I have my reservations about that. Yeah, such information must be necessary for the identification of subjects of interest who pose a threat to the UK's national security. On the panel, it's judges, and they're the ones who are going to be issuing the warrants. And I think that is mostly it. I mean, the rest of it, I mean, you can go and check it on Google or whatever if you're interested in getting to know more and more information. What you need to look for is the Snoopers Charter. Like I said, it came out the end of last month, May. Or the Investigatory Powers Act 2016, which has been amended in 2018. Okay, so I thought I'd give you a little bit of news, take you away from all the drama of black and black relationships. And yeah, so I hope you find it useful. Bye-bye.